As opposed to the vast majority of East European rabbis, Rebbe Maharash, for some reason, was always wearing very expensive attire. In reality, his luxurious appearance was purely external. For example, one winter he was reciting the blessing on the new moon like you're supposed to do it outside, and after he walked away from the place he was standing, people saw blood. The skin of his feet froze to the ice that he was standing on. This means that the soles of his extravagant shoes were completely worn out through and through. But outwardly, he always looked very rich. Once a Jew was visiting him, and after seeing how he was dressed, he thought to himself that it is strange for a Hasidic Rebbe, a sage, a righteous person, to lead such a luxurious lifestyle. Out of respect, he didn't say anything, but obviously Rebbe Maharash knew what he was thinking. He turned to him and asked, "And who do you think God created money for?" The Torah says that all the gold, precious gems, and riches were created solely to be used in the temple. But you will ask, there is so much gold in the world that even during the times of the temple, probably 99% of it was not used there. Well, let's say you are making a really big dinner party. There's always tons of food left over. Often, there are more leftovers than what was eaten. And all of these leftovers are then given to servants. Then whatever the servants don't want goes to dogs and other pets. The workers and the animals get plenty of good food. But who was this food made for? Not for them. How much is eaten by the guests and how much is eaten by the workers or the dogs does not indicate who the food was made for. Our forefather Abraham was foretold that his descendants will be enslaved in Egypt. They will suffer there, but then they will come out with great riches, God said. Do you think this promise made the old man feel relieved? Any grandfather would say, "I don't want my grandchildren to suffer. You know what? Don't have them enslaved, and they will manage without these great riches." But all the gold and silver was not just a reward for their work. It was a part of the plan, so they would later use it for spiritual purposes. God wanted them to have these riches. They didn't always use it appropriately, but that's a separate issue. Everything that God created, He did so that it could and should be used for spirituality, for godly purposes, and wealth and money too. The Torah does not promote asceticism. God wants all of us to have a lot of money, but when we earn it, we must understand why it is given to us. If I use them for expensive cars, cruises, brand name clothes, there's nothing wrong with that, but I need to remember that these are just leftover bones that are thrown to dogs. At best, extra food that is left over for servants. One would think that money was created for people to enjoy it. If you have some extra money, you could spend it on luxuries. And synagogues, Jewish schools should be modest. After all, they are all about the sublime matters. In fact, it is all the other way around. All of my money was given to be used for spirituality, to use it for mitzvahs, to help the needy, so I can build and beautify synagogues. And all other expenses are just side effects of money's existence.